and action. Okay, hi, this is Suzanne again. With me, I've got Linda with Reggie. And Reggie's, how old, Linda?
15 months.
15 months, so very, very lively. With me, personally, I brought along, this is Pixie. Pixie's 8 years old, going on 9, and she has done lots of training. And then, just on the side here, coming to screen, we've got Chris with Watson. And Watson is very young. He's, how old?
He's 14 weeks.
14 weeks. Okay, Linda's got to go and answer her front door. Sorry. Typical, always happens. So what we thought we'd do, we're just going to do a few minutes of a bit of training. Oh yeah, I forgot Pippin. Oh my goodness, Pippin. This is Pippin, okay. Pippin belongs to Chris as well, and she's an old lady. She's 15 now, and we're talking about her a little bit more later. Once we get going, we're going to show a little bit of sit, a down, a little bit of heel work, and possibly a recall. It depends. Puppies really shouldn't be training too long at one time, and Watson is quite young, and obviously the old lady, we don't want her having to work too hard either. Okay, so we've got Linda coming back to us after, I think the postman disturbed her. Okay, so take your dog, come onto screen, and let's see if we can get a sit. And I know the other two are going to try and join in.
Reggie.
Sit for your own owners, please.
Reggie. Pippin, sit.
Oh, well done. Well done.
Reggie.
Hey, Pix.
Good boy.
Pix. Pixie, sit. Good girl.
Reggie.
Good girl.
Reggie. Pippin. Concentrate. Pippin. Good boy.
So the way we actually teach them to sit, as you can say, little Watson is already quite good at that, is food on the nose and a hand up. The food is a lure that helps to just sort of get them into that position. And the minute they sit, if we were clicker training, which is my preferred method, we would be clicking at that point and then giving a treat. Pixie and Pip have done the training with the clicker. And I don't have Linda, have you been doing any clicker training with him?
No.
Chris?
No.
No. Okay, but the two older ones have. They've done clicker training.
Yeah.
So well done. Good sit stay.
One of the reasons
Good
I've
sit
not
stay.
done clicker training with him is because she goes berserk.
Yeah, it's very difficult when you're doing training with two dogs with a clicker, because obviously they're going to react to the clicker. Okay, so that's a sit. Now we're going to try a down. So while they're in the sit position, Pixie, come out the way. And we got Reggie into a down. Pixie, free.
Down.
Good girl.
Down.
Good.
Watson.
Oh, good.
Good
Well
boy.
done. Well done.
Stay.
Pixie.
Stay.
Pixie. Sit.
Stay.
Stay. Stay. Good girl. Well done. Well done. Very good. Very good. Well done. And it's all reward-based training what we're doing here as well.
Sit. Down.
Very good.
Wait.
And Pip, obviously knowing the training from when she was very young, she can do a lot more than we're going to show today. Pixie does like to, when she sits, she does like to also just hop up a little bit. Don't you, Pixie? Okay, well done. So shall we just show a little bit of heel working? We've only got a small space to do this in, and we are still trying to social distance. Very difficult with puppies. Okay, so if we go to the right and just see if we can keep our dogs close to us, the loose dogs may follow.
Reggie. Hop up. Reggie. Come on. Good boy. Nice. Nice. Good boy.
And they'll come back onto screen in a minute. So they're using food to help get the dogs to follow them. Obviously with puppies it's very difficult. Perhaps Chris can do that coming this way on screen. And that's both dogs. Well done, very good. That's both dogs. And Linda?
Yeah. Reg. Good boy.
Oh, very good, very good. Well done. That's lovely. Okay, so that was a little bit of hill work. So we're in a small space, so it's quite difficult. Although it's a lovely space, Linda. Your garden is lovely. Shall we try a recall with one at a time? The loose dogs probably need to go on lead. Let me grab leads.
Yeah, Pips is up there, or a lead. Yeah? You want to do a recall?
There we go. Come here, Pixie. Pixie, come here. We're going to put you on lead just for a minute.
Oh.
And that's Pixie telling Watson off because he's being a bit rude, jumping in her face. Pip, pip, pip. It's like we're on the clouds. Come here. Good girl. Good girl. Okay. Right. So, don't go too far out of screen, Linda. I'll hold him.
Okay.
So I'll tell you when to stop. Stop! Come back a bit. Okay, there you go. Right. So we're going to recall Reggie. Okay?
With distractions.
With distractions,
Yeah.
absolutely. So when you're ready.
Right. Reggie! Come on. Oh, good boy.
Oh, good boy. Well
Good
done.
boy.
What a good lad. Well done. So Linda did that using a toy. Now we're going to try the youngest member of the gang. So we've got little Watson.
So just to say, I'm using Pup at the moment just to get him used to recall.
Okay, all right. You want to come in focus a bit more? A little bit more. That's it, that's it. And that's a perfect recall. That's a perfect recall. Well done. Right, you guys can go off lead again. And then we're going to talk to Linda and Chris about their experience during lockdown. So, Linda,
Yes.
I know you're retired.
Sort of.
Yeah. And
Enough.
you've been at home, obviously.
Yeah.
Chris is your daughter
Yeah.
and has some medical
Yeah.
issues, which means she's had to self-isolate.
Yeah.
So it's been very difficult, hasn't it? So what have you done with Reggie? How have you managed
Well,
during lockdown?
I've managed to get him out for a walk nearly every day, apart from when it was very, very hot. When we would just run around the garden when it got cooler. And we've got a paddling pool, which I haven't used very much.
And have you managed to have any visitors to the garden?
Not until recently.
Okay. So this is one of the issues for the younger dogs when they're not getting to see many people. They do get to see me.
Yeah.
And if Chris, if you want to come into the screen as well.
What's a good boy?
And obviously you've not long got Watson, and it kind of was, as you said, near the end of lockdown, although you are still self-isolated to some degree.
Yeah, so I'm still following strict social distancing as advised by my medical teams, which obviously means socialising Watson can be difficult, but we're trying to take him to lots of different open places to get him used to seeing different sights and sounds and people. Obviously he's had Pippin to try and teach him some of the rules of the house in her mind, maybe not always mine. And with keeping Pippin occupied, obviously she's been going out with Suzanne on a regular basis, which has been really helpful. Though a lot of the time these days she's quite happy to snooze on my bed.
Not me.
Yes. With Watson we also play lots of sort of brain games at home to try and keep his brain occupied and to build his sort of confidence and his optimism in life. So things like scattering different objects around and scattering food, just that he just gets to see novel things and that he associates them with a positive experience.
I think you've also had some visitors to the garden, haven't you? Your neighbours. So he's not been completely unsocialised.
So more recently we've taken him to. He's had visitors to the garden and he's been learning how to greet people in a polite manner. We still need to work on that.
Yep.
And And this weekend, for the first time, I took him into an empty pet shop where he had a whale of a time. He thought he was in a toy shop.
I bet he loved that. And he's also been to the vet, hasn't he?
Yes, he's been to the vet, and I think one of the important things at the moment is getting your dogs used to things that none of us are really used to. So particularly things like people in masks are obviously quite weird for them. So Watson, on his first visit to the vets, decided to try and remove the vet's mask. But
As you do when you're a puppy.
yes, but he has also been to see the practice nurse with me and tried to remove her mask too.
And I believe Reggie had surgery, hasn't he?
Yeah, I gave him a haircut. I forgot there was a bend in his back leg.
Oh dear.
And of course, with the lockdown restrictions, I couldn't go in with him.
Yeah, of course. They've been making people stay outside, haven't
Yeah. So I think we had about 4 visits for that. And then he got a grass seed in his eye. So we had 2 or 3 visits for that.
And all the older ones are now neutered. Obviously,
Yeah.
Watson's not.
Yeah.
No, but he will be at 6 months.
Yeah, at 6 months, Chris
Yeah, he's
will
been done.
neuter him. Always best to neuter them, male or female, especially before they get to Reggie's age, because that's critical that you do it around 6 months. The girls obviously were done a very long time ago. Okay, what have you done to keep your dogs cool, ladies?
So
Cool coats,
Pippin,
wet towels.
yeah, Pippin has a cool coat. I haven't yet got Watson one because he's so little, but I have used a wet towel with him. A cooling mat, but he seems to think that's more fun to drag around the floor than lay on it at the moment.
And there's a cooling mat. There you go, guys. Have a look at that. And these are bandanas. They've got little crystals in them, and you soak them, and you put them around the dog's collar, and they keep nice and cool with it. Obviously, they don't last too long. Yep. Okay. Linda's going to go and get the cool coat so that you will get to see what that is. Obviously, it goes without saying, don't leave dogs in hot cars. You know, it's just so dangerous. It only takes a couple of minutes before they're very ill and die. So don't be doing that. This is a cool coat. So you do this exactly the same thing as you do with these.
Yeah.
Okay, you soak it.
Yeah, soak the top in water, bring it out, put it over the red, tie it up. There are buckles inside here, on both sides, and then it usually cools them down quite quickly.
And obviously, if you're going down to the coast or a park where there's a pond, if it starts drying out, you can just dip it straight in there, or take a bottle of water with you. But they do last quite a long time.
Yeah.
You will get occasionally people think you're mad having a coat on a dog in hot weather. So you do have to explain to people it's not to keep them warm. Okay, so yeah, basically keeping the dogs really cool.
Yeah.
You know, don't walk them, you know, in the heat of the day, which makes it difficult for a dog walker, I must say, because nearly everybody wants a middle of the day walk. But the ground can be too hot and it can burn their paws. So I think they've done really well, considering that they haven't been to a training class, where the 2 old ones haven't been for years, and the little ones haven't been to a training at all. Now Chris, on the last note actually, Chris has got Watson and she wants him to be a service dog for her. So she is doing training, but it's virtual training. So Chris, do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so with Pippin, just going back to Pippin, Pippin did Bible for probably 13 years of her 15-year life, and she competed up to national standard and actually won the national championships in 2009.
Clever girl.
And that's helped to keep her really fit and active throughout her life, hence she's reached the grand old age of 15 and still going strong. And Watson, my plan for Watson is for him to be an assistance dog. So obviously socialization and getting him as happy and as comfortable in as many different situations as possible. And then when he gets to about 12 to 18 months, we will start teaching him to do things like unloading the washing machine, picking up things off the floor, and possibly calling for help if I need it whilst I'm having medical treatment at home. So that's Obviously it's very early days because he's only 14 weeks, but obviously socialisation starts now, and at the moment he's actually being very good. So
Yeah, I wasn't sure how this was going to work today because they obviously all know each other, although Pixie's done a disappearing act. Pip and Pixie go on the same walk together nearly every day with me, and Reggie occasionally comes if Linda's got something to do, and Watson will be coming soon, so they do all know each other. So I did think the two puppies and the two older girls might be a bit difficult to video this, but actually I think they've been really good, and I think the puppies especially. I'm afraid Pixie's disappeared inside Linda's house. God knows what she's looking for. I have no idea, but she'll probably find something, I'm sure. So I think that's it. We've covered as much as we can. Don't want to bore you to death. So we'll sign off there. Say bye, ladies.
okay, bye. Bye.